Well, praise God and welcome to the Ahona Light. Hello, everybody. It is a blessing to come to you. Today we got the short course, which is good. We are covering 2nd Nephi, chapter 5, okay? So we go into the Book of Mormon, Gospel I read out. Okay, this episode is going to be called Nephite Civilization, okay? Now, there are about 34 verses, so we're going to do cliff notes as much as we can. But then again, we'll do the best we can. Verse 1 of 2nd Nephi 5. Behold, it came to pass that I, Nephi, did cry much unto the Lord my God, because of the anger of my brethren. But behold, the anger did increase against me, insomuch that they did seek to take away my life. So here they are, they're separating. The two families are separating. Verse 4. Now I do not write upon these plates all the words which they murmured against me, but it sufficeth me to say that they did seek to take away my life. So, I think Nephi is kind of like, it's obvious that they're murmuring against me, but I'm not going to dignify it too much. And sometimes I think that's what we as Latter-day Saints have to do when people in our lives do what they can to stir up contention. Verse 7. And we did take our tents and whatsoever things were possible for us, and a journey in the wilderness for the space of many days. And after we had journeyed for the space of many days, we did pitch our tents. Verse 8. Get this crazy thing to cooperate with me. And my people would that we should call the name of the place Nephi. Wherefore, we did call it Nephi. Verse 9. So something I think, his family, those alongside him, who love him, they want to commemorate him. They want to remember him. Verse 9. And all those who were with me to take upon them to call themselves the people of Nephi. Okay, now, verse 11. I'll try this again. So they're doing their best to keep things according to the law of Moses, verse 10. Verse 11. And the Lord was with us, and we did prosper exceedingly. For we did sow seed, and we did reap again in abundance. And we began to raise flocks, and herds, and animals of every kind. Verse 12. And I, Nephi, have also brought the records, which were engraven upon the plates of brass, and also the ball or compass, which was prepared for my father by the hand of the Lord, according to that which is written. So they're prospering, they're doing good. Of course, he takes the sword of Laban and begins to raise it in order to defend themselves. And he begins to teach people to be industrious. Now, verse 16, this is a key one. One of my favorite verses, early verses in the Book of Mormon, where it goes through the history. And I, Nephi, did build a temple, and I did construct it after the manner of the temple of Solomon, save it were not built of so many precious things, for they were not to be found upon the land. Wherefore, it could not be built like unto Solomon's temple. But the manner of the construction was like unto the temple of Solomon, and the workmanship thereof was exceedingly fine. That tells you something right there. He settles his civilization there, and what's one of the first things he does once he gets them, building houses and the like? He says, you know what? We need to build a house of the Lord. Okay? We need to build a house of the Lord, and it's pretty obvious. Verse 17. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did cause my people to be industrious, and to labor with their hands. True success does not come without at least, hard work or smart work. Verse 18. And it come to pass that they would that I should be their king. But I, Nephi, was desirous that they should have no king. Nevertheless, I did for them according to that which was in my power. Okay, verse 19. And behold, the words of the Lord have been fulfilled unto my brethren, which he spoke concerning them, that I should be their ruler and their teacher. Wherefore, I had been their ruler and their teacher, according to the commandments of the Lord, until the time they sought to take away my life. That's pretty powerful right there. Verse 20. Wherefore, the word of the Lord was fulfilled, which he spake unto me, saying, that inasmuch as they will not hearken unto thy words, they shall be cut off from the presence of the Lord. And behold, they were cut off from his presence. That's something. The Lord kept warning the Nephites, the Elam and Lemuel, and the sons of Ishmael. They would not listen. And verse 14. And because of their cursing which was upon them, they did become an idle people, full of mischief and subtlety, and did seek in the wilderness for beasts of prey. That's a lot to look after, a lot to look after. Now, we're going to go on to verse 27. And it came to pass that we lived after the manner of happiness. I love that. Despite all those struggles, Laman and Lemuel wanting to take away his life, his civilization is living after the manner of happiness, despite their struggles. And so that's something I think that we need to look after as well and consider. And 30 years had passed away from the time we left Jerusalem. This is some really good stuff. Verse 31. We're going to do 31 through 34, so be patient with me. Wherefore I, Nephi, to be obedient to the commandments of the Lord, went and made these plates upon which I have engraved these things. Verse 32. Well, technology don't like to obey sometimes. And I engraved that which is pleasing unto God. And if my people are pleased with the things of God, they will be pleased with mine engravings, which are upon these plates. Verse 33. And if my people desire to know the more particular part of the history of my people, they must search mine other plates. And verse 34. Verse 34, this is key. Running out of time anyway. And it sufficeth me to say that 40 years had passed away, and we had already had wars and contentions with our brethren. Okay, before I leave here, the next 2 chapters, which I will cover tomorrow, it almost looks like we're going to be looking at some prophetics of Jacob. That's what we're looking at tomorrow. And I hope that this is, you can take this and it blesses your life. And it helps your life beyond measure. Because I tell you something, I love the Lord. And I empathize with Nephi and what he had to go through. Because families do face contentions every now and then. And what it means is that people need to be closer to the Lord. And to live according to his laws and be happiness. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to Leon on the Light. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Leon on the Light family. This is Jimi Hendrix saying, until next time, remember who you are. Read your scriptures. And please preach the gospel. God bless each and every single one of you. I will see you tomorrow. And one more thing. Pray hard. This is what we need right now. God bless each and every single one of you.